Okay, good evening and welcome everyone to these weekly sessions, the Pleiadian, the Cosmic Starseed Academy, Pleiadian gatherings and channelings every week at on Saturday at 7 p.m. Irish time. Um, so today's date is the 28th of December, 2024. And a couple of things I wanted to share with you. I've recently, it's been on my mind the last couple of days where I've had, over the last year, but most especially the 6 months, and it kind of um, is progressive, where I've been given a lot of new information and downloads and transmissions from the Pleiades, most especially during live channelings, which I don't like. I don't like getting new information during the channeling. I like to take my time and receive it and process it, and then for it to come in again in the channeling. That's how I like to work. But with the time has speeded up so much, so dramatically, that I'm not being given, I'm not being allowed to do that anymore. So, which is okay. I just have to get used to that. With and lessen my resistance to that. So a couple of new and I'm even hesitant to say them out loud, but I have been given some new information. So I think it was about a year ago I started to receive information. It was longer than that, actually. It was around the time of COVID, when COVID kicked off. I started to get information about watching the skies, and people need to start going outside and recording things, and that's been more recent. And now it's evident that people around the world are seeing it, and it's on the news, and it's on social media, and it's on the internet, where there's a lot of activity in the skies, which I've been told is, some of it's genuine, a lot of it is fake. Elon Musk has a brother who runs a company, that an entertainment company using drones, to do, what's the word, scenes or events in the sky using drones, and I think that's very interesting. I think I think there has to be a connection there. There can't not be. It's too big to overlook and ignore that there's a connection there. There has to be. But I do think that there are genuine, and have been told that there will be genuine sightings and genuine landings, and there'll also be fake ones. So, and we need to be very discerning. And they've been saying that for at least 6 months, maybe a year. And they've also said that the real landings and sightings will be, okay, hold on. Thank you, hold on. Will be, the real ones will be hidden in social media, and not, they won't go viral or anything like that. And the fake ones will be highly shared and publicized on mainstream media even. And the other thing, what was that? Oh yeah, thank you. So the other thing they've also said is that, okay, thank you. So the other thing they've also said is that so in our past history, there have been and are galactic wars, and these wars contain, I feel myself going right into it, and these, thank you. Okay. Wow, I didn't know I was going to go right into it, but okay. So they've said it. they've said in the past that we've had galactic wars again and again and again, and a lot of the and that were visible with the naked eye. And they've also said a lot of the underground caverns, caves, spaces, tunnels, cities, even enormous um, spaces underground have been used for safety, for survival. And this includes some of the galactic wars. And it's not really relevant here, but they've also said that there was a device, and perhaps it's still in existence, that looks a bit like, it's very long. It looks a bit like a baseball bat, but it's a technology that was used from above the air at the time of the NASCAR lines, to etch in the lines. Or am I getting confused with that? Possibly. So they're giving me, they're sharing two different streams of information at the same time. So I might have to double check in with them about that. So, but they're showing me this device that I've seen before. It's technology. It's a weapon. It looks to be maybe about 10 foot in length, and it's quite narrow. And it has it's a weapon. It has how can I put that? Negative energy coming out from the bottom end, or the top end. And so the top end would be the end with the handle, and the bottom end would be the end with the negative energy or force, or it looks like fire or electricity coming out that would cause fire, would cause a high heat. And I've seen maps with an area of the earth where it looks like it's been burnt, an extreme heat. So this is the device that I am seeing when I think of things like that, and destruction on Earth by negative ET energies. That is the weapon that I think of. And then there's also the NASCAR lines, which were etched in with technology from above, but I'm not 100% sure if that was I call it a baton. I don't know the real name of it. It's quite well known amongst the likes of us, but I call it a baton. I'm sure that's not the correct name for it. So, okay, let's pause there. Okay, let's pause there. And Dennis, are you able to do the prayers before I go into the channeling? I kind of went into it there.
Oh, and you're still recording, so if you want to
Okay,
pause it.
thanks, Brian. So let's pause there then, for a few seconds. So welcome back, everyone. Dennis is going to be able to do the prayers, which is great.
Okay, we do have a host of good prayers there with you in the group, but seeing you invite me, I will say that usual prayer. I'm going to share the law of and repeat that 3 times, and then afterwards some other affirmation and repeat that.
Dennis,
All right.
Dennis, you glitched out then. Can you just say that again with the prayers that you'll be doing?
Okay. So firstly, a prayer which I found, which is called the Law of One, prayer, which is separate to a channeled book of coming from the Ra tradition. It is separate to that. But it's called the Law of One prayer. And you can hear me okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay, very good. So we begin. We are all one. When one is harmed, all are harmed. When one is helped, all are helped. And therefore, in the name of who I am, and I am one with all there is, I ask for the greatest good of all here concerned. I give thanks this is done, it is so. And I will repeat it. We are all one. When one is harmed, all are harmed. When one is helped, all are helped. Therefore, in the name of who I am, and I am one with all there is, I ask for the greatest good of all here concerned. I give thanks this is done, it is so. We are all one. When one is harmed, all are harmed. When one is helped, all are helped. Therefore, in the name of who I am, and I am one with all there is, I ask for the greatest good of all here concerned. I give thanks this is done, it is so. And the mantra shared by the Galactic Federation to blossom good child. So I invite you to repeat this to yourselves in your own hearts or in your own voice. I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I am. And again, I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I am. I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I am.
Thank you, Dennis. So let us begin again. Let us do a short meditation to help to gather, blend, connect, ignite, re-establish, reconnect our energies with yours. Us being the Pleiadian collective. More important, Ashtar. Important is a wrong choice of words. We will keep this very short or quick because we are in truth already with you. Those here this evening and those listening in the future, we are already with you. But these techniques do help to clarify or make stronger your sense of our blending with you. So visualize, see, sense, feel, become aware. of Merlin behind you, and Ashtar, and Jesus, and Mary Magdalene, and Mother Mary. Oh, okay. As we are speaking, we are sharing downloads with Soma in images, which we work with her in the sense that we give two streams of information coinciding. So we give the voice, the telepathy, and the image, which are often different streams of information, not always the same. And the images always contain more information than the telepathy or the channeling, we should say. So behind you, visualize Merlin, Jesus, Ashtar, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene. And also animals and dragons, if you wish, deer, it's animal spirit guides. And then to your left, you will perhaps see angels, such as Archangel Michael in love and light, or Gabriel, or Ariel. And in front of you, you can visualize a big, beautiful beam of light coming down, the stream of light coming from our ships, the real, genuine, positive ships. Or you could call it a stream of consciousness coming down and beams of light. And then to your right, again, perhaps animal spirit guides like wolf and bear, eagle, mountain lion, tiger. And your own spirit guides who've been with you many, many moons, many times. There are big changes coming to your planet. 2025. There are big changes. Soma feels like this is an understatement of the century. An understatement of the century. There's a couple of things that Soma would like to address. And she will try and talk as quick as possible this evening to get out the information before she forgets it. So she was recently shown some information, which is hesitant is a perfect word to release publicly, but she was shown information recently where oh, perhaps that's for a separate time. There are objects in your sky there are technologies. Please, can you all put yourselves on mute? Rob, please, can you put yourself on mute? Okay, let me just what's it here? Okay, so welcome back everyone. We just took a little break there. So I'm gonna go back into the channeling and see what comes through. We were saying before about some of the galactic wars and how there have been times in your history where you've been physically able to witness these battles from the earth in your skies. And your consciousness has lowered to the point where you were not able to see some of these battles. And now that your consciousness has raised over the last 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even 6 years, progressively since, let us say, the 1980s, but it is a progressive thing where at the time of Atlantis, the downfall of Atlantis, your energy was deliberately lowered. And now it is naturally raising back up to its original coil or blueprint. The coil has been released back to its original blueprint. And this in turn causes a very direct effect on your consciousness, where your consciousness is raising again. And the earth is shifting, coinciding, the earth is shifting back onto her natural axis. And your consciousness is raising. There are still people on your planet, on your earth, that will be looking at, thank you, be looking at objects in the sky that are slightly above their consciousness level of awareness. And therefore they won't be able to physically see them, even though they are very present. But the drones you are witnessing and the objects and the technology that you are witnessing in your skies right now, in these moments, in these days, in these weeks, in these months to follow, some are genuine, some are real, and some are fake. And there is a battle going on that some of you are witnessing now and to come. We've said there will be genuine landings and there will be fake landings. Both the real and the ungenuine, the fake, are occurring in your skies using technology that is what some people would label man-made, although it is not really man-made in the sense that the technology and the, well, let us call it man-made to keep things simple for now. Revelations will be revealed in 2025, and you have quite some year of numerous events going to be occurring. Let us say that you have numerous, let us say that again. Thank you. You have numerous events and situations and experiences that will be occurring and unfolding in 2025, which is going to be an epic year. There is more to come in 26 and 27 and consecutively. So Soma forgets the date, but it was during her first interview with Ted Ma where we came through and we said around this time that the next 10, 20, and 30 years are going to be extremely important. We are mentioning the interview with Ted Ma as a term of reference of time, because at the time we said 10 years, 20 years, and 30 years. Perhaps now would be a good time for questions regarding drones and the skies before we move on to other information and questions.
Can our friends tell us if they're familiar with Her Highness Remnant Vaya of the the former Draco Empire?
We are aware of all beings and everything. There is not anything really that is not revealed or that we are not aware of.
Can you speak to her intentions towards humanity?
Soma would like to save that and would like to follow up within the next 2 weeks with that question. What we are showing her, kind of in answer to your question, is a huge, and Soma does not know or have any information about who you're asking. But we are showing her an image of a large ship. That is there's very advanced technology wise, very advanced, and and on this ship there are technologies in that look to Soma like robots and vehicles of all descriptions. That the image we are showing her is a very large, well, oh, thank you, what you would call a mothership, what Soma would call a mothership, with lots of technology. It's a bit different to the ships we have previously shown her, such as ours.
Thank you for that. And that I would say that's confirmation. I understand Her Highness would be is possibly even now traveling around on a ship, and I would assume that it would be at this state of the art for their civilization.
What is her name again, Brian?
Her Highness Remlin Vaya, as I believe, if I spelled it right the first time when it was told to me, and then if I'm pronouncing it right. But she apparently is a Draco reptilian queen who has bloodline family down here, including Penny Bradley, Audrey Walters, and another two gals who aren't quite public, although Penny Bradley and Audrey Walters are. Not necessarily for being related to the Draco Queen, but for their own galactic lineages. It's all mixed in there. And apparently, some of the folks down here, they're known to the Draco, at least one of them, as the Semshin Varda. So it's kind of like a Christ consciousness figure who has the ability to cleanse them of black goo.
Very advanced questions. That is good.
That's great. Thank you. Yeah, all these questions are related to the full disclosure movement and the pathways for humanity to go.
Revelations, revelations, revelations will be revealed in 2025. There is much more energy, consciousness, awareness, discoveries, revelations, and disclosures, discoveries. Monumental is a word we would use to describe 2025. There is huge evidence being brought forth. Oh,
Well, hopefully you and Soma, not only will Soma be able to make an appearance at our event as a presenter, perhaps you'll be able to appear as well, to relay any communications you like.
well, we are planning. We are planning to take Soma more public, to do not just share information, but to become more. Our wish is that Soma will clear her backlog of downloads and transmissions previously into books, and she was speaking of this today, which will allow her to move forward and be a clearer channel is the wrong words, but sometimes humans get stuck with the knowledge or the space they are in. It is very easy for humans to become stuck with the energies they are in. So it is our wish that Soma will write down all the information we have previously shared with her that will allow her energetically and energy-wise to free up her body to allow new information to come through in interviews, doing live channelings, and also in public. So we are planning, and she knows this, we are planning to do more channeling through this vessel, publicly, live, and in using technology, videos, and the such like.
That's wonderful news. Thank you.
I just want to see if they have anything to say to me. the Pleiadians.
Oh, we are aware of you, and you have a very typical soul mission as a starseed. Archangel Michael works very closely with you and his sword. And what is that? I'm seeing it and I can't think of the name for it. It's a round metal disc that you often see soldiers. They have it over their body and they're holding it in their hands, their back of it, and the front is just like a round metal disc. This is what I'm seeing. What,
It's
Brian?
a shield.
What?
It's a shield.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, darling. I couldn't think of the name of it. Let me just put my camera on. Thank you. A metal detox would also be good for you, Amira. You've passed lives where things didn't end well. Soul retrieval would be very good for you. It's almost as if you are it's almost as if there's a piece of your soul missing, which is actually very common. And sometimes there can be several pieces missing. And the, what is the word? The, what is thank you. The resolution to that is soul retrieval, which is a shamanic practice on your planet.
I was going to ask, how can I do that? And yes, you were right about the fractals of souls, and my past lives didn't end so well. And yeah, to detox, thank you.
There is one we can recommend. Sandra Ingerman. Ingerman. There are others, but some more protection is needed when you are sleeping. Your story is very common, and we've shared this before through Soma, where you are starseeds and you have been, and this is not only for you, but this is for people listening in the future, where as starseeds, you are tracked and traced from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime to lifetime using a technology that exists on a higher dimension. You are tracked and traced by the negative and the positive. ETs. We don't like using the word ETs, but this is very common word on your planet. And many of you, as this sole mission of Starseeds, have had lifetimes where things did not end well because of who you are and why you're here on a soul level, which is also an aspect or a part of the sacred peoples on your planet. We've said this before many times, where you go from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime to lifetime, from sacred people to sacred people to sacred people. The Native Americans, the Maori, the Indian, the African, the Celtic, the Scottish, the tribal sacred people were tribal sacred people. That's too deep. Okay, thank you. So you are here as part of a shift of humanity and consciousness raising. And there is so much information we have to share. Particularly around Jesus, who is here with us tonight, and Pleiadian. It is a raising of Christ consciousness on your planet. Like never before. Even in the times of Atlantis, you are going back to the times of Atlantis, but you are not even doing that. You are jumping back and beyond, forward, jumping back and forward. And timelines are relevant here, which have been interfered with using technology and looked into very carefully with a finely, very, very closely looked into, using technology in a very negative way by negative agendas and governments and secret operations and secret black hats and some very dark, nefarious operations, organizations. For January, February, March, April is important, and 6 is important. We've said this for some time. February, March, April, May, June. January, February, March, April. January, February, March, April, May, June. So April and June this coming year, 2025, will be very important, and headlines will be extremely important. Oh, we were showing Soma an image earlier of money and the year 2025, and we were showing her a symbol in the sky or up above in a night sky. We were showing her a symbol of money, a pound sign or euro sign or dollar sign, and we were showing it symbolically and energetically. We were not so much energetically is the wrong word, but we were showing symbolically how money, the image she was seeing, the image we were showing her with these various different currency signs, money signs of euros, dollars, and Japan. Euros, dollars, Japan, Canada, Australia is relevant. And we were showing her how these money signs have been tied almost into a cube of black energy, of black substance, of black goo, of black matter, of black magic, and how your monetary system has been hijacked and corrupted and infiltrated and controlled, hugely controlled on your planet. So the haves have enormous amounts of unrestricted money without black magic, or magic that is used in their favor, should we say. And then the have-nots have pennies because of some of this black magic that is used and restricted to control money on your planet. The monetary system on your planet is not a natural occurrence. There has been energy, we would say energy weapons, maybe not in the sense that you understand it, but let us use the word black magic instead, because that is more easily definable. But there has been energy placed over money on your planet, and that is changing. That is changing. Things were already meant, and listen closely to our words, because it is important what we are sharing. The monetary system on your planet was already meant to have changed, but timelines were shifted and changed, bringing about a delay, not a change of course, but a delay in your monetary system, which is changing. Cannot be any other way. Cannot be any other way. It is changing. And there will be major changes in 225. In 2025, there will be mega important leaps forward in your money. Thank you. Huge leaps forward in your monetary systems on Earth. Brace yourselves for the changes. We will share, download more as time goes on, as events draw closer, where you feel more prepared, because you are being prepared for huge energetic shifts, giant leaps forward. For so long, Soma has been hiding. She did this, she learned to do this as a child, where she would be in her room meditating, not knowing that there was even a word for what she was doing. And she would be reading and meditating and reading books by many different people. Everything esoteric she could find. And she'd be channeling and receiving downloads and transmissions, information as a child. So this is a comfort zone for her, where she can expand, connect, and tune in to receive our downloads and to connect with us. It is her safe space. In order to move consciousness forward, in order to ride the waves of consciousness, she will have to come out of this comfort zone. We are giving her as an example, because she can easily relay this and relate to it. But we are only ever using her as an example because it is easier for her to find the words easily and quickly. But all of you are coming out, thank you, all of you are coming out of your comfort zones and moving into uncharted territory. You are riding the waves of the great awakening of humanity, of ascension, which is very directly linked to the Christ consciousness returning to your planet. Soma is reluctant to share too much information, but she recently, let us take out the word we, but she was recently shown information, and she keeps getting stuck there because to her the information is kind of mind-blowing. But she was shown that dragons, and this is not the part that she finds mind-blowing. And we will say this very quickly before she continues in her resistance. Thank you. So she will step back even more and allow us to speak more freely or rapidly or expandedly. She was recently shown dragons existing on Earth. Which is well known, and even she knew this. But it was confirmed. Which put a stamp on it for her. What was great news to her is that some of these dragons Jesus owned is the wrong word, but it is the closest description we can find, is that Jesus owned dragons in a very physical way. Physical dragons existed on your planet, and Jesus owned some of these. Owned is the wrong word, and it does not feel good to Soma. It does not feel good to us either. Let us say the word companion would be better than owned. There was a companionship. And he traveled with these dragons in a very physical way, in a very 3D way. And then your dragons, all the dragons on Earth, were hunted almost to extinction. Almost. And these dragons, let's take out the word raised. These dragons, in order to continue existing, raised themselves into a higher dimension in order to still exist. But dragons were very real on your planet. So much of your history is a lie. So much will be discovered in 2025, revealed. It is the year of revelations, you could say. Four is important. We've said this. January, February, March, April, and May is important. We will pause there for this evening, and we will get to all of your questions. It may take Soma more time than she is wanting, but we will get to all of your questions. This we can promise you before her day is done, before her last breath. We will bring forth many books of our information. There are many that have, and there is many more to come for her that will publicly announce her as being a fake or a fraud, a liar, dishonest. And yet we are here communicating with you. Amira, you need to, in Soma's words, you need to protect yourself before you are sleeping.
Yeah, I feel like I do. I'm being attacked. How do I do that?
Talk to Brian. Talk to Dennis. Talk to Michael. Talk to Julia. Talk to Mark. Talk to Soma.
How do I get a hold of them?
I will send you. There is a Facebook group chat that is private
Okay,
that I will include you.
thank you.
So you can make connections that way.
And then the soul retrieval, I need that lady's information. Yeah.
Do you have a pen?
I'm just getting something out. I could put it in my phone, actually. I could put it in my phone. Hold on. I'm going to put it in my what do you call it? Okay, my notepad in my phone. Okay, hold on a minute. Okay.
Take your time, don't stress.
All right, I could write now. Okay, soul retrieval. Okay. Okay, what is it that I put down?
Sandra Ingerman.
Sandra. How do you spell
Sandra, Sandra.
Yeah.
Sandra, yeah. And then Ingerman, Ingerman.
Oh, Ingerman. Okay.
I'm just going to
Okay.
pause the recording there. Thank you everyone for watching. And please, if you do have questions, do let me know. I will endeavor to do my best to get to them. It's not going to be instant. It might even be weeks sometimes, but or perhaps even months. I don't know, but I am making that a priority. So thank you everyone for watching, and do please come and subscribe to my Substack and my Rumble as
And
well.
Soma,
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
how do we book one-on-one sessions with you?
If you let me think, what is the best way? You can email me at the Pleiadian child at hotmail.com. And I will email you back. You can message me on Facebook. My Facebook is Soma Ara. Yeah.
I gotta
I'll
go.
be messaging you. Yeah. Bye, Amira.
I gotta go. Take care. Love and light. Happy New Year.
Yes.